Hello and welcome to FountainFX on Tuesday the 7th of October 2014. We are looking at the dollar rand, and the reason we're looking here again is just purely because we were expecting, this is just summarizing what happened on Friday with the non-farm payroll data that came out from the United States. It was expected to be good, and it was better than expected in that sense. So when you get a better than expected data, or a worse than expected data, then you see movement in the market. So we're just going to show you what's happened. But the key thing to note is that if we look here, price back in February of this year was up at this high at the 11.17, between the 11.17 and the 11.35, so up here. Price has since then rallied quite hard in the last few weeks, month or so. It's been pushing quite hard in terms of dollar strength being shown in the market, all the way up into this same range bound. And as soon as we've got into here, we're starting to see some sell-off. If we look, it's only Tuesday this week. This is a weekly chart, and we've got a very strong red candlestick. It basically sold off very heavily yesterday. Now, why is that? Well, one, we're into an area of resistance, or in other words, an area of supply. So there's a lot of sellers up here because of previous price action. But if we go down into the hourly chart, we'll go and look at the 4-hourly chart just initially. Okay, we can see just how strong this area of resistance was. Price was here and price was there, and when it touched the second time, it did fall back and it created a new low. So it broke below these previous lows, so it did sort of change the direction and the momentum of this long-term uptrend. So we're starting to see that change, but it's created a new low down here at the 11.17. But then price has rallied, Friday especially, price rallied all the way up back into this previous high at the 11.35, but it's promptly gone sideways, turned, and then this morning it's just fallen. It's just fallen quite heavily. So what do we do? What do we make of that? Well, if we go into the 1-hour chart, I'll just show you what happened on Friday. And on the 1-hour chart, we can see that price was moving up on Friday, where we've got the spinning top. That was where basically the market just went flat. Everyone stopped trading the US dollar, South African rand. Well, basically stopped trading the US dollar. If you'd have seen that on other currency pairs, it'd probably be a similar thing, because they were waiting for the news to come out. And the news came out at the open of this particular candlestick, and then it rallied from there all the way up. So positive news came out and price continued to move. So initially the anticipation was it was going to be good news, so buy the news, in other words, buy the rumor. But there was no opportunity to sell the news because the news was that much better than expected that the momentum continued all the way up, and we had a run all the way up to the previous area of resistance. So that was a nice run from there, from the 11.25 all the way up to the 11.35. Well, that's an actual, on the US dollar South African rand, that's a 100-point move, which is $1,000 if you were trading that per lot. So a reasonable profit to be made off that news piece within a matter of 3 hours. But looking at this, if you then see the order flow sideways, we can't see a break above this particular area of resistance. So this is showing the resistance is very strong. We then get a bearish engulfing candlestick here from the pressure that's trying to push up. And finally we break below this neckline here. If you see, we've got a touch, we've got a triple top here, but we have a neckline at the 11.32. So break below here, nice break. So that's giving us a very strong indication, say price wants to go down, we can sell at that level. And if we look here on this particular candlestick, price comes back up, touches the 11.32, and then promptly turns. So a nice trade entry could have been made there at the 11.32, sell at that point. And where we are now down at the 11.21, we'd have made over 100 points. Basically we'd be making 110 points, which is $1,100. So there is money to be made on the US dollar South African rand, as we can see. So we had the move on Friday, pushed all the way up, and then since then, yesterday and today, price has just turned and gone all the way back. So there you go, that was the movement on the news, and then literally we've had an area of consolidation, and price has just literally recovered that whole gain that the market made on Thursday. And that's it from FountainFX. Hopefully you'll be able to pick up these kind of trends and patterns that emerge in markets. And happy trading. We will catch you tomorrow. Thank you very much. Bye bye.